What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett.
I'm Lance.
This is Rants or Us. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave that comment down below. We're on the road to 1,000. We hope you guys can help us get there. All right, so Dave Bautista says shirtless scenes are a reason for his MCU exit after Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I, I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of was thinking that maybe he was getting to the age where that this wasn't going to work either. But again, growing up a
Yeah, no,
WWL
I get
fan, a
it.
WCW fan, I'm used to these guys being able to hold on to those abs for a very long time. But I see how for the average human being, that
Yeah,
would
but
look
when you think
insane.
Batista, you don't. When you think Batista, you don't think 54 years old either.
I mean, I knew he started in the WWE like really, like he was old by WWE said. He wasn't no 20-year-old. He was like 35, 40, somewhere around in there. When he
No, he
first,
was younger than that. He was like 26, 27.
no, I'm talking about when he like got, blew up, is what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
really? I don't remember.
yeah.
See when I was watching WWL
When he was
back
like,
in the day, he
when he
wasn't
was
in it.
like, when he was teaming with Randy Orton and Triple H and Ric Flair, he was like 26, 27.
Yeah,
He
man,
wasn't much older than Randy Orton. Randy
really.
Orton was 24.
See, when I was watching in the early 2000s, I just remember he wasn't there. I kind of got out of it a little bit later.
Yeah,
I thought he kind of came in with like John Cena and all those guys.
it
Uh,
did. It was like him, John Cena, Randy Orton all came in around the
yeah,
same time.
yeah. But either way, um,
But anyway,
I'm used to these guys. I'm used to these guys usually being able to keep kind of their abs, their look. So it kind of did kind of shock me that he's leaving because partly because of that reason. But I'll just go ahead and read y'all a little
yeah,
bit about what he says. He says appearing on Ellen, Batista discussed another reason why he is ready to move on from Drax. The shirtless scenes. He says as he gets older, Batista says it is getting more and more difficult for him to stay in the proper shape required to portray Drax. I'm going to be 54 years old by the time Guardians 3 comes out, and the shirtless thing is getting harder and harder for me. It says, though he doesn't seem to have any regrets about his time as Drax, saying the journey has come full circle and I'm just ready to kind of step aside and wrap it up. Of course, it's also, he gave another reason. It's because Gunn's not going to be back for the next installment. And that's also playing into his role. But to be honest with you, I kind of probably would believe that it's the James Gunn thing more than it is the shirtless thing because it
yeah.
wouldn't
I was
shock
gonna
me if we
say,
see him in
if it was
WWE.
just the if it was just the shirtless thing, you would think the guy would be like, "Here, wear the shirt. Like, we'll
Well,
just put a shirt on the
I'm like,
character."
I'm like,
Like,
I feel like that is like a simple solution
fix,
that
yeah.
could be fixed. Like,
But
okay, we'll
I
just
don't know, man. I don't feel like those Guardians of the Galaxy is gonna be the same without it.
I don't think they will either. But I mean, even going back to the shirtless thing, I don't think that there's a like. If Chris Hemsworth goes without his shirts, women are going to freak out. And maybe there could be a time where take that guy that was off Twilight, that wore the shorts and somehow didn't transform or whatever. They had those dog babies with that woman or someone. I'm not a Twilight fan, but anyways, that dude, women would flip out if that dude was wearing a shirt. I feel like nobody was going and being like, man, I'm not gonna. No woman was going, man, I'm not gonna watch this movie if Dave Bautista puts a shirt on. Like I just kind of feel like no one would do that with him. Like I don't think they look at
Not
him
with
that
that
way.
character,
No,
anyway.
I mean, I kind of feel that way. I kind of feel like that's a weak reason to leave Guardians of the Galaxy. It's his one of
Yeah, that's what I'm
his.
saying. So I do feel like it's more about James Gunn than anything
Yeah,
else, probably.
because I'm like, I mean, I could kind of understand. Hey, you played the action hero part, but let's face it, he's going to be doing action heroes. Look, he's in the army of dead right now. So I'm like, it's not like he's all of a sudden going to just be like, I'm not going to be an action hero anymore after playing this part. Like, I just don't see that. He's going to stay in good shape. He's probably going to have a lot more shirtless scenes over the years. So I mean, like, I don't think that's a big thing.
He's gonna stay in decent shape,
yeah,
for sure. But I do get what he's saying. Like, I don't have the time or energy to work out every day anymore. But, like, I need to,
You know who he reminds me of? Dolph Lundgren. You remember he first come out in Rocky. Like, he kind of had almost the same build and everything, and then you see him in that new Apollo film, and you're like, crap, he's not old. He's not. He doesn't look like he used to.
But I mean, you could look at him in the Expendables, 6 or whatever, 4, whatever it was, and it was like, God, he was old.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like, sometimes I think we grow up and we watch these guys and we don't realize, hey, they age just like the rest of us. Can you imagine being a 50-something-year-old guy and being like, I've got to figure out a way to have abs? And you're just like, oh, man, but that milkshake looks really good over there. And I hadn't had one in like 30 years.
Or you wake up and you got like 3 kids or something. You're like,
oh, Lord.
Yeah, I'm not going to hit the bench press today, like.
I mean, it's like one thing. I mean, it's one thing, with kids, but then you add maybe grandkids to go along with that, and next thing you know, it's like, yeah, your time just completely goes out the window when it goes to going to the gym. So I mean, I kind of get a lot of those things, but I get
that part. But I do. I'm gonna be kind of sad when he's no longer a part of it, and I do think that it won't be the same without him. But like I said a while ago, I do think it has probably a lot more to do with James Gunn not being there than it does. They don't want me to wear a shirt. Like,
yeah, I'm kind of like, that's more of an add-on reason. Could be like a partial reason.
I kind of feel like not only do they have to be like, hey, we can give you a shirt, but they could also be like, hey, we can use CGI to make you look like you're still that shape.
Yeah. I kind of feel like it's like you've never heard of 300. Like,
that's exactly what I was thinking when I said that. Like, Gerard Butler wasn't cut like that. Like,
oh my goodness. I was sitting there watching that show the other day, and I was like, this is ridiculous at how much they've done that. Like, I feel like you could almost like throw something at those guys' abs, and that it would just like cut it. Like,
it would destroy the whole Persian army just by flexing.
I know. But I mean, I just kind of feel like, I feel like, it might be a minor reason that he's that way, and I understand that he's getting older. He's played this part a long time.
It could be just I want to focus on some other things with my career while I still have time.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of think Phase 4 is really weak of the MCU. I think maybe he's kind of.
I think the MCU is really weak. Period.
I think it's really going to start showing some cracks. I think we've already kind of seen some. I mean, whether you like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier or WandaVision, you got to admit there was some big parts of those series that there was something wrong with it.
WandaVision was great until the finale.
It didn't feel right. Do what?
WandaVision was great until the finale. Falcon and the Winter Soldier sucked from episode 1 all the way to episode 6.
Yeah, it never really seemed like there was a meaning to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier other than to sell action figures with, of Anthony Mackie as Captain America. That's the way I felt towards it. Like, there was no really good reason for that show other than that. That's just the way I look at it. But
the only reason that show was there was because they wanted another series on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean, but think of, some of the things that's coming out. Black Widow, Eternals. I mean, there's a number of shows that are just coming out.
Yeah, these are movies. I'm talking about shows.
Yeah, but I'm talking about even the movies. But I'm just talking about Phase 4 in general, where I just feel like Phase 4 of it is just weak. There's nothing interesting that's coming out that I'm like, I've got to watch this.
No, honestly, I feel like once Tony Stark died, the MCU was crap. Like,
yeah.
who cares?
And I kind of feel like, a lot of these shows, like, I get it, there's a lot of people that are excited about Black Widow, but you can't tell me that if Black Widow, you take the MCU out of it, like, let's say the MCU wasn't anything, and you added that movie to a movie slate, that movie would bomb at theaters. Simply because no one's that interested in watching Black Widow. Most people that will watch Black Widow films...
No, because she's not Wonder Woman.
Do what? Do what?
Nobody cares because she's not Wonder Woman.
No, I mean, and that's actually kind of true. Like, there is nothing about her character that really stands out other than she's a part of the MCU that people like. People love the MCU, so therefore they want to watch anything from the MCU. I feel like that's the reason why I love it.
Let's face it. The only reason people care is because it's Scarlett Johansson.
In a lot of ways, too. You don't want to say it, but that's actually true to a certain extent. Because I'm like, I was rewatching some of those Iron Man movies, and I'm like, this guy's stupid. Like, was he not going after her? And to a certain extent, he kind of did. But I'm like, Pepper is not really up there with that woman, Scarlett Johansson in that regard. But I just kind of...
Piper?
Yeah. But I just kind of feel like Bautista will be missed. I believe that there's maybe a little bit more to it. I believe that a lot of these people are jumping ship to a certain extent simply because I feel like there's nothing that looks interesting on the horizon, and they might think that, hey, the MCU is kind of falling, maybe not apart, but it's falling out.
I definitely think that, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans seen it coming and was like, let's get out now, dude. Like, let's go.
Because, I mean, I'll be honest with you, when I didn't see Chris Evans in the Falcon and Winter Soldier at all, I was thinking, okay, what is going on here? Where he
would have to have been like 60 or 70. Like,
yeah, but
he would have been all gray and old.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have done something, even a flashback or just something that would have shown.
Yeah,
there has to be
a
reason why he's not appearing, and it might be because he doesn't want to be in anything
attached to this phase. Yeah. But overall, I do think that I still really do think that the big key for Bautista being like, I'm done, is James Gunn not being there. And maybe he just sees the way the MCU's going downhill, and he's also like, I'm going to get out while I can.
Do you think he'll be in the WWE in the next, I don't know, year, 2
No.
years? You don't think he'll make a reprisal?
I mean, he might make like a cameo appearance at like WrestleMania or something like that, but he's not gonna.
I know he's not gonna come back full time. Those days are long.
Yeah, no.
But I'm talking about like he's gonna make appearances.
You do see him. Like, I think it was just a couple years ago that he faced Triple H at WrestleMania in some kind of like grudge match.
Yeah. So I mean, like, he's gonna be part.
I think he'll do stuff like that. But I think he's really good actor, and I think he'll continue to try to focus on that.
I don't think his action hero days are over. Just his action hero days.
I don't think so either. And like you said, you might see him shirtless, but you're not gonna. I don't think you'll see him in the movie where he's entirely shirtless throughout the whole movie. Like, I
feel like if I'm James Gunn, I'd be like, Marvel or something like that, and be like, hey man, if that's your real problem in it, we'll just get you a shirt. It's not a big deal. They're like, I just go out to Kmart or Walmart, we'll get you a shirt.
We'll get you a t-shirt that says I am Groot.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Hey, that's marketing right there. But overall, guys, let us know what you think. Let us know if you feel like Bautista will be missed. I think he really actually will. I don't know what the Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be like without him, to be honest with you.
He was one of my favorite characters. I know he didn't really say a whole lot, but when he did,
he was
like,
everybody's big on Groot, but I kind of feel like like Batista was like anything that come out of his mouth was just hilarious.
Gold.
Everything that come out
It
of
was
his mouth.
gold.
Yeah, I mean, and so yeah, I feel like he's gonna be missed. I don't know if I'm gonna be that excited to see Guardians of the Galaxy without him, to be honest. But at least
No,
we won't have to
I'll
worry
probably
about it.
stop. I'll be honest with you. I'll probably stop at volume 3. Like I'll be like, well, I'm done. Like,
That's kind of the way I feel towards it too. But guys, let us know what y'all think. And as always, thanks for watching. Y'all take